Let's begin with example 3. This is just continued iteration of what we've been doing, which is multiplying rational expressions. And right after example 3, I'm going to jump into dividing rational expressions. So 5x over x squared plus 5x plus 6 times x plus 3. This looks a little different than what we did before, but the methodology is exactly the same. Multiply numerators, and of course this means x plus 3 over 1, right? You can kind of know there's an understood over 1. So 5x times x plus 3, and the denominator is x squared plus 5x plus 6, but let's factor it and see if there's anything we can cancel. Well, this looks like it can be x plus 3 times x plus 2, right? 3 times 2 is 6, and 3x plus 2x is 5x. And I can see that there is some canceling I can do right away. I can cancel the x plus 3's. And when I do, I end up with 5x over x plus 2. But do not forget to list also your excluded values, which are -3 and -2. Okay. So moving on from multiplication, we're going to go into division. Example 4. And let me start with 7x squared minus 7x over x squared plus 2x minus 3. And I'm dividing this fraction by x plus 1 over x squared minus 7x minus 8. Well, my first step, as with all divisions of fraction, is to flip to multiply by the reciprocal. So this means this is equal to 7x squared minus 7x over x squared plus 2x minus 3 times, now this now moves on top, x squared minus 7x minus 8, and my x plus 1 is now on the bottom. Now that I have done that, I can do the same thing as before. I join this all in one big fraction where I have 7x squared minus 7x times x squared minus 7x minus 8 all over x squared plus 2x minus 3 times x plus 1. Let's see what I can factor. Well, here I can factor out a 7x, and I'm left with x minus 1. And then here I factor and I get x minus 8x plus 1, because that's the only way I can get the negative 7x in the middle. And all of that is divided by, and I have to factor this, and I get x plus 3, x minus 1, and I don't forget to add my x plus 1. All right, well now I can see quite a few things I can cancel. The x minus 1's, the x plus 1's, and when I'm all done, I'm left with a 7x times x minus 8 over x plus 3. And that is as simplified as it can get. And I cannot forget my excluded values. My excluded values are, if I go from the very beginning, because this was on the bottom, and let's see, so my excluded values once are, let's see, x squared plus 2x minus 3, when I factor, is -3, +1, -1, but I have to remember that I was dividing and I had this on the bottom at the beginning, and so I have -1 again here, and I also have 8 as an excluded value because it was initially on the bottom, and therefore it would have made an undefined fraction. Okay, well that is the end of examples 3 and 4. And rather than go on right away to example 5, I'm gonna pause here because my dog is going nuts and start with examples 5 and 6.